Hey there, YouTube. After I did my paper micarta, I received a request to do some burlap micarta. So I'm going to do this for you guys. Let's go through the things you need again. You need to make sure you get some fiberglass resin. Hardener. Count it out. 10 drops per ounce. I cut that in half so I could go a little longer. Today I've got 20 ounces because I know burlap's going to be a lot more absorbent. Something to stir with, my wax paper, got some additional clamps, and I made a modification to my press. This way my clamps, since I only have 4-inch clamps instead of 5-inch, they will reach across and close in the center so it won't press it funny. I use just your standard non-stick spray, and I sprayed the inside of the wood so that it releases. Last time I did this, it released very well. At your local big box store, I found some wired burlap ribbon. I know it's got wires on the outside edges, but you cut them off anyway because of the excess. It was already 2.5 inches wide, 7 yards long. That'll come into focus. So it's going to do it just fine, and I didn't have to crisscross cut it. This is just jute burlap. So I'm not going to use the sponge brush today. I'm just going to use my hands because this stuff's going to absorb a lot. Let's get this going. Let's do this. Once again, half as much hardener as it requests, so it gives you a little bit longer work time. Still going to harden up. Make sure it mixes up well. And let's get this going. I went with a lighter colored burlap because I figured it was going to make it a little darker. So I didn't want it too dark. I've got, I think, 15 pieces of burlap. I think after it compresses it, it will make it, I don't know, between 3/8 and 1/2 inch thick. But I'll go ahead and I'll speed this up for you guys so that you don't have to watch the slow stuff. Well, there's the last piece. From what I'm able to see so far, I may have been able to get away with just the 16 ounces. Actually, I would have been able to. Try to straighten it all up. Unlike my last one, I have a funny feeling this one's going to ooze out quite a bit. Get the outer pair of gloves off. Forgot to mention that earlier. Wearing 2 pairs of gloves makes it a lot easier. here. It's a little warm here today. A little bit over 100 degrees, so pardon the sweating. It is oozing out everywhere. That's okay. That's why we put the newspaper down, right? My modifications seem to be working really well. I can put the clamps in the center this time instead of on the edges to make it so it will have a little more of a uniform instead of possibly doing the teardrop. Oh, and is there a lot of this? Okay, we'll let it sit up. Okay, well, we pulled it out of the press by request. Get that where it's not too bright. It's got a real good texture to it. When you do the carving into it, a little different. Didn't come out near as thick as I thought it would. I guess next time I'll have to use more pieces. But there you go. It ended up being, after cutting the ends off and everything, about 13 inches by 2 1/4, at the most 2 1/2, which is the original length. I've got to be careful. I didn't get all the wires cut out. One there. But this will be fine for doing what I'm going to do with it. So there you go, by request. Micarta made from burlap. Thanks, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll post another video as quick as I can. Thank you.